Good evening, everyone. This is AZ Hubbard, and welcome to Save News TV. Thank you so much for allowing us into your homes because I know you did not have to, and I truly appreciate it. Tonight, we are back again. Um, it has become a work on this administration. Now, they are offering New York $100 per child to receive 19. Now, we know what communities are being targeted, and that community are the lower income, the minority community. I will begin off by saying, your children, if you feel that this is what you want to do, then by all means do it. Let them get the 19, and you know you're comfortable with that. But for those that's not comfortable with that, I advise you come get your children, because it has come to the point that every aspect of your life is now trying to be governed by the government. And first it was you, then if let me buy you, then when they couldn't buy you, then they forced you by saying, we'll take your jobs, you cannot travel, you cannot do this. But let you rest assured, for those thinking that if everybody would just get it, or whatever, that we could go back to normal. But I promise you that there is never going to be a normal prior to 2020. That normal is gone forever. So again, if this is something that you want for your children, then I would encourage you to do that. Get your children vaccinated. You're their parents, but do not do it because of peer pressure. Do not do anything, especially health related, regarding peer pressure. They also know that in the schools that there's going to be peer pressure on your children if you decide this is not the course that you want to take. They're going to, kids bully kids. See, they understand this and they know this. And what are your options? Your options is for you to come get your children. Do not let the government take your children. Even if you decide that is the course you want to take, do not allow them to take your children. Let it be your decision. So, of course, we always come with receipts, and today is no exception. We like to bring receipts to the table, and De Blasio even said that this would buy a lot of candy. We know candy. Are they enticing kids for Christmas? Okay. So they're eligible to receive the 19 with financial assistance incentives available, the mayor of New York said at his press conference Thursday. City run sites and V sites within public schools are open to children who receive $100 for their shot. So they're pretty much bribing kids. Everyone could use a little more money, Bill de Blasio said. Most importantly, we want our kids and our families safe. Okay, so at first it was, first of all, we have to recognize that there's been major lying here. Let just go back from last year. The kids weren't getting it. Um, Biden said, I would not force you to get, I would not mandate it. He get in office, he mandated. I mean, like, when America, when we're gonna wake up here? When we're gonna wake up and realize that this is the lie? I mean, it is what it is. He's a liar. He's a liar. And if you keep believing what he says, you will be at peril. You will be at peril. And if you continue to put his cohorts into office, you're going to be at peril because he is most definitely telling untruths. He is a liar. He has lied since before he got in office. I will not make this a mandate. We would not bring the children into this. But now, they're bribing kids with $100 and saying, um, it's important to have this done because the holiday season is coming and it'll buy a lot of candy. They know that if you elect for your children not to receive this, that will be a invitation for them to be bullied in school. Again, I'm dropping the link to one of the sites now. Normally I don't take call-ins or callers, but if there are any parents out there that want to chime in, let me know. I'll drop the link and you can come up, but you have to show your face. Regardless on what side you stand on, we want to hear your opinion. Or you can type your question or comments in the chat. But for parents to, it's one thing for you to make that, a decision about that, about your own life. You think about your child going forward. There is no hard research, none for what the side effects or what is going to happen to your child. There is no evidence that this is necessary. None, zero, nada. There is, even if you go to CDC site and you read carefully and read between the lines, it says it will help protect those that's not V'd. Well, wait a minute, hold up. Before, I mean, how is that possible? Because if you V'd, if you got it, then you can get it again. You can get it and you can pass it along. So that's one thing that we also must also consider. Now, it's also another thing that happened in Texas. They've just approved this, okay, for children. And lo and behold, first of all, I need to drag this church for even celebrating Halloween. Okay, so I need to drag this church for that because evidently they don't know the word of God. They have no business celebrating Halloween. But I'm not gonna go into that deep. But they have absolutely no business. But two boys under age 8 mistakenly received adult doses of the V, and this was reported today with WRAL. Okay, so they just got I'm gonna put this in the chat so you can go to this for yourself. They just got the approval, and already these two children has been impacted negatively. So what is going on here? What is happening? What is going on? They want your children. If you're low income, if you're a minority, especially because they first are testing it in public school systems, and we know who goes to public school systems. And if, like I stated, if you want your child to have it, by all means, go ahead, make your day. And even if you don't want this to happen, you need to look at other options. So before we go to the other options that you all as parents have, let's also, for the pregnant women out here, that they initially said it's good, it's all good for pregnant women to receive the inoculation. Well, now there's inaccuracies in the study, and this is to date it today. This is breaking. I'm going to put this in here. There's been spontaneous abortions. The people that were studied, the pregnant women that were studied, was past the 20 weeks gestation. But if you are before that, you are at higher risk. But they continue to um, decide that they want to experiment on you. I mean, like, how long are we going to be some guinea pigs here? just please, everybody. I mean, I'm like working night and day on these lives. Please, everyone, wake up and do something, say something. And I like I said, I applaud those that push some of these people out of office. Keep it up. You need to push them out next year also. But right now, your voice is all that you have, because they're going to find a way to make your children either take that, or they're going to um make it very difficult for you. They know that children are peer pressured in school to get things done. I mean, to do certain things. So then, they're going to go to the schools. And also, there are states that parents do not even have to consent for the school to give your child an inoculation. Just sitting by and watching this happen is very sad. One thing that we want to do is to encourage all parents to look into possibly homeschooling your children. Now, I'm going to say this: I do not endorse any of these businesses, but this is an opportunity for you to take control over your children and their education. This is the National Homeschool Association. This membership is $39 a year. We are people, you are ingenious, you are creative. You can work with your neighbor, you can work with your friend. If you can't stay home, and I know that everybody can't do this because of the fact that it is not financially feasible for them to homeschool, but it could be an opportunity for you to homeschool with a friend, a family member. This is another site that I'm going to put up. I am encouraging all parents. And the funny thing is, I don't have any kids. And so it doesn't impact me, but it impacts me because they're the next generation. They're the next generation that's going to come up. This is the other homeschool site that you can go to look into homeschooling your children. I would encourage every parent, whether you feel like this is something you can do financially or not, to at least consider it. You never know how many people will pay for $39 a year. Dag, I'll sponsor somebody. If somebody really wants to homeschool their children, I'll sponsor you for $39. I've got to limit it because I'm not, I don't have a great cash flow, but I will sponsor several families myself, if just to get you out, give you options, you know, and you can always contact us at and I'll put up our contact information. And like I said, here's our contact information. I personally, because this is a travesty on the American family, this is a travesty on on families as a whole. It's an assault on the families. And I myself, and I'll stand up today and gladly say, I will be willing to sponsor a family or two or three or four or five. Let's just say five. I'll sponsor five families if they want to, at $39. And then even if we have to do fundraisers or whatever, to get your child out of that system. We also have an email address down here. I think the email is in here. There's so much stuff in here. Let's see. I'll type it in the chat. I'll type it so it can go through. If you're interested to have, if you can't do it yourself, you want to have your child homeschool, you can't afford it. This is the email address to um, contact us at. And again, like I said, I'll sponsor five families. I know other people that will probably be willing to sponsor to help families out, because something must be done. You cannot allow your children to be taken advantage of like this. They want your children. They want your seed. And it's horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. And one thing that I want to also share with you, like I said, this is the lionest administration that I have ever seen. And this is just November. So 10 months, not even 10 months, because today is the 5th. How much devastation has happened in this country? I I mean, can you imagine another 3 years and 2 months? Can you imagine what will happen? Gas prices have doubled. I mean, it's like a nightmare that has happened so swiftly. It's like we fell asleep and it's a nightmare. But you got to begin to speak out. I want to play this video for you because this is another thing. Now, they want to pay your children $100 to impact their medical life forever. But first he said he didn't do it, but now let's play this.
Firms cash payments.
Wait a minute, let me go to the beginning of this so you.
Here's White House correspondent Peter Doocy.
There's
See, StreamYard want to play with
story
me.
is changing as the White House now confirms cash payments for some illegal immigrants separated from family members at the border.
The president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government.
That's confirming a report the president himself dismissed.
But it's not true. $450,000, that's not going to happen.
Yes, it is, just for a different dollar amount.
DOJ made clear to the plaintiffs that the reported figures are higher than anywhere that a settlement can land.
The ACLU is blaming this confusion on bad staffing, saying President Biden may not have been fully briefed about the actions of his very own Justice Department.
Is he misleading us, or he just didn't know?
House Republicans are now pushing legislation to block these payments. Congressman Tom McClintock is sponsoring the measure and writes, "Who says crime doesn't pay? Under Biden, it apparently pays very well indeed."
Biden is saying he doesn't know about it, but I think it's another example of the disarray here in Washington, with one hand not doing what the other, knowing what the other one's doing.
Democrat Julian Castro defends the six-figure paydays. Quote, "These aren't payments, they're legal settlements to families who were wronged by the U.S. government." But Senator Tom Cotton compares the cash to reparations.
What about reparations for all the families whose lives have been shattered because they had a son or daughter killed by opioids that were shipped across our southern border? It is insane.
It is happening, and details are forthcoming.
But if he's not okay with $450,000, how much money is he okay giving?
This is something, again, Peter, this is something that the Department of Justice is going to handle.
They keep referring us to the Department of Justice. And when we ask them, they say on the record, no comment. We know that negotiations are ongoing, though, to make these payments that the president told me very forcefully yesterday were not going to be made. And if officials around here say that $450,000 is too much, then we can accurately report that those payments will be up to $449,000.
Okay. So, just another lie. Your kids get $100 to change their lives forever. You break the law, come across, and up to $450,000. I just, it just baffles me. It baffles me. It baffles me. But like I stated, we're going with this video up. If 5 families, SAVEDNews will sponsor 5 families. I'll give you a deadline of December 1st. Contact us by December 1st if you want us to assist you with the yearly National Homeschool of America. Like I said, we're not endorsing them. We don't know. Do your own research. But we will sponsor 5 families at that cost. And I'm sure there are other organizations that will sponsor or help sponsor. But again, everybody, I'm just going to say God bless everybody. Continue to pray, believe God, protect your children, because they are after your children, and they're after them very, 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 very hard. And there's nothing that you'll be able to do about it if you don't start to begin to speak up and make changes in your life. With that, I'm going to say like the video, subscribe, please, share the video, and get the word out, and let your family and friends know that, you know, if they have a child that they want to get out of public school system or whatever, there's at least 5 scholarships from SAVEDNews up for the amount that I quoted. They just need to contact me via email, and we will definitely make that happen. God bless all of you, and you have a very blessed day.